Okay, the very last thing that we would do is to export our footage. Okay, so let me just reset this layout so we're back to where we were. Okay, the easiest way for us to do it is really to click on this export tab right here. Okay, there's a couple of options that come up. We can do the media file. Now I can click this and I can see, what am I doing? This would be the file name that I'm doing. This is a location. And I can look at, what is the presets and stuff that we're doing. So we could set it, hey, we want to record it, we want it to output at 4K or 1080p. We could just match the source of what we're recording. Right now, because I'm doing the adaptive high rate, this is my input, 1280 by 720 at 30 frames per second. That's my source. Here's my output, 1280 by 720, because I'm matching the rate, 30 frames per second. So these settings are staying the same. We could do more than a lot of different options we can actually play around with, and it's giving us our estimated file size. We can choose to have our range not be the entire file. It could be where we're doing our in and out, any of that stuff. We can play around with different settings. Now, this is good. H.264, this should, what it's bringing up as our default is good. You just need to make sure that you're doing a correct file name and a location. Okay, this location is not good. We want to locate that project. So, Bad Roommate Walkthrough. And here is where we would want to save it. So we'd click Save. That is the folder that it's going to do. And I would give it some name. Now it's just going to default to whatever your sequence name is. But we could put on here, something specific, which in your guys' assignment, it's going to have a specific one. So, Bad Roommate Edit, Final, whatever the name is, that's what we create. We click export, it's going to do it. There's two options. There's send to media encoder and there's export. If you send it to media encoder, you have to have that downloaded from Creative Cloud. But what that allows you to do is that it allows you to continue working in Premiere Pro while you're creating the file. Files will take, depending on what you guys are doing, will take some time. So you do not want to try to create the file or upload anything in the last 2 minutes of class. You should have been doing it and giving yourself about 20 minutes. Okay. Other options. So on here, you can choose to make sure that the effects are coming with it, the audio, the video. If you don't have some of these selected, you're going to lose that ability. So if I have video shut off, I'll have my audio, I'm not going to have my video. Okay, so I can bring these different options. The other one that you guys are going to do by default is the YouTube one. You guys will end up having to create a YouTube account. You're going to have to set up your channel. I'm signed in. You guys, if you have not set up a channel, you're going to end up having to have one. So you're going to click sign in here. It's going to bring you to Google. You're going to need to make sure that you're logged into your school account. You go to YouTube. You're going to click on the avatar in the top right and then click create account. Okay, I can't walk you through those because I have accounts in all my emails. Okay, so if you guys have issues with it, let me know. But for YouTube, you guys are going to, we are publishing onto YouTube. You got a couple options. You're going to need to select your channel. You're going to need to select your playlist. Okay, if you're going to have a specific one, you're going to need to create a title and a description. Okay, if you wanted to break it up by chapters, you got to give title, like chapter headings, and then the minutes and seconds that it is for each one. Starting with, you would have to have intro and then 0:00. This would be your very first one. This one's a requirement. If you were going to have another chapter, it'd be like chapter 2. And then this could be 1 minute and 23 seconds. That's where it would show to start. Okay, so then when I would go to the last one, final, and this is maybe at 5 minutes. Okay, that is how you could actually do chapter headings, but then you can also add a description of what it is. You can put a title. Okay, other settings that you can do, privacy settings, you can choose to do for purpose of this class, unlisted or public. Private is only for you. No one else can see it. Okay, so if you don't want your stuff being accessible, which depending on the project, I think it is beneficial for other people to see your work so you can see where improvements need to be made. Okay, public will do that. Unlisted, you can send it just to me. You have access to it. I can see it, and then we can be good. Okay, those two options are what you need to choose. You cannot select private. Outside of that, that is it. And then when you click export, it's going to create the file name. It's going to create the file and put it on your computer. It will also load it up into YouTube. Okay, so just making sure that you guys are following that. And then you would give me a link to the YouTube video. That's how you turn it into me. Okay, all right. Good luck. Have fun.